Well, the lead story in our technology and transportation section is probably the biggest story of the century. Musk did a speech, and we're going to play a little clip of it. He reveals an astronomical plan, and literally plan to get us to make Earth an interplanetary species. And here's a little clip here. We'll play a small clip because it's about 45 minutes. We won't play 45 minutes.
So we got the first starships on Mars, gather critical data. So the first flights there we'll send with the Optimus robot. So we can go out there and explore and kind of prepare the way for humans. And that'll be a very cool image if we're able to achieve it by launching end of next year. It would actually technically arrive in 2027, but that would be an epic picture to see Optimus walking around on the surface of Mars.
Yeah, you got to go watch that whole thing. Some of the stuff that's revealed in that talk there is just bloody incredible. About refueling these the Starship within an hour, like it being reused, and building a moon base first, and then using the moon base to start moving towards Mars. And it's a 6-month trip with a Starship. And if you look at some of these images, we're going to put some of these images up here. You can put them up full screen if you can. Oh, you can't, he says. But anyway, there's Spaceport. There's Optimus walking around. And then there's another one here where they're building power generation and all that stuff, and mining and construction. So Optimus will be out there working away, building you a home on Mars. And then there's that iconic photo. And if you remember back in the iron workers age, you know, when all the workers were sitting on the grid there before they had all that safety stuff. And there's all the Optimists sitting on the iron bar or the iron beam, getting ready to build a star base on planet Mars. And Elon said, if anybody's interested in colonizing Mars, you know, sign up. I imagine that there's probably got flooded with stuff there yesterday there, but.
It's quite an interesting crossover between Tesla and SpaceX, isn't it? Because they don't always work as closely as you might expect, do they? Those two companies.
They do shift engineers back and forth, so there's so much stuff being shared. But Tesla, obviously, is Optimus, and Optimus will be a big part of SpaceX's future travel. And we got another little clip here from Elon here, now that he's not so busy with Doge.
So this gives you an illustration of how does a spaceship go from Earth to Mars. So you got blue Earth there and red Mars. And I mean, the actual distance traveled on the Ark is close to like 1,000 times further than the moon.
There you go. So you don't go straight to Mars. You got to fly alongside it.
Bit of calculus there, isn't it?
Yeah, 6 months. You can actually ask ChatGPT to plot that for you if you want to build your own rocket. There you go. Kenzie says big waste of money.
I'm sure you can. Or you can ask ChatGPT how to build a rocket as well. Maybe it knows that.
There you go. Another Tesla news. Tesla plans to scale. This is going to be change transportation forever. People can deny it all they want, but robo-taxis will change transportation, and the way that we own car ownership and a whole bunch of things will change dramatically. Not a little bit, but dramatically. And they plan to have 1,000 robo-taxis going in Austin here, and then expand the service into San Fran and LA in 2026.
I wonder if he's going to make a cyber rover for Mars.
I would imagine so. And then you'd think that Tesla would give up on Canada because of the tariffs right now on Teslas. It's almost super expensive to buy a Tesla right now. But here they are. They're breaking ground on Canada's largest supercharger in a place near you in Ajax, Ontario there.
Yeah, quite far away, but it's down near Toronto.
A lot closer than me.
I guess so. Once Chrystia Freeland builds this high-speed rail, then it'll be nice and close for me.
And then another guy that's making huge news out there, and a company that you should always take a look at here is Palantir. This is Alex Karp, a little clip from Alex Karp.
All the value in the market is going to go to chips and what we call ontology. And we have this ontology, and the ontology will allow you to take a large language model and use it, refine it, and then impose it on your enterprise in the logic of your enterprise, in the security model of your enterprise. And what does that mean for the 70 people are here presenting, talking about why they're using it, how they're using it. You gotta remember, we started selling this product just over a year ago. We started with the claim that we knew a lot about the precursors of large language models, and the general approach of just buying models is going to be essentially self-pleasuring for an enterprise.
There you go. If you don't understand what he's saying, then you need to learn more about Alex Karp and Palantir. But Palantir up pretty big this morning because they just signed another deal with the supply for the United States. And they are basically do a lot of the military AI stuff. And then speaking of some military stuff, here's just a little clip of SR-71 Vader outpacing an F-4 Phantom at Mach 3. And just a reminder that Canada is still flying 40-year-old jets. You can cut the volume. Anyway, at some point there, it blasts off. We didn't play the whole clip there, but it takes off and just leaves the F-4 Phantom in the dust. There you go. Lots of trouble with BYD right now. BYD is the one the media has been promoting as the Tesla killer. Lots of trouble for BYD right now. Build your dreams. BYD closed, lots of dealerships closing in China, going out of business. They cut their prices recently. Brazil is suing them for human trafficking and a whole bunch of things, right? So not great times for BYD.
Not great times for China, really.
Yeah, no.
They've got so many problems right now in China. I don't know how they're going to figure it out, but best of luck to them.
BYD in trouble. There you go.